any Patreons or channel members watching us on the replay, thank you so much for your continued support. How are we looking at and sounding, guys? Let's see who's on the highest. Vegan Metalhead, work is dead, so it'll be on today. Their loss is our gain. We look blurry.
Yeah.
Shall I just put that bloody light on?
Try it. Watch that earlier, that's better.
Try it, you might like it. How's that? Marginally better?
I think it's better.
We're there. Purple Piplup's in there, but she's called plant-based Pippi instead.
Oh.
Plant-powered Pippi.
I don't think that is her, because later on, look, there's Purple Piplup. I think it's someone else, is it? Or have they changed their name since?
I don't know what's going on. Go Vegan Jackson's in the house. I've jibbed to run the club again to make this show on here. I don't know what jibbing is, but we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Zactivist is here. Check out his channel. He's freaking great.
Zach, I've not seen you for a while. How are you doing?
He's been doing some activism out in the streets and that. I said we'll go and see him in the next weekend or two and maybe film a bit of him doing his stuff for a vlog or something.
Lovely.
Blueberry Zoe's in the house. Good to see you. Stacey Langley, Vegan Realist. Purple Piplup is here. Rachel Hobson, excellent timing. Bean and barley chili ready and good viewing. Ah, thank you. And that sounds fantastic.
It's not something that we eat much of, barley, is it? Don't really.
No.
Don't eat that. We've been getting
I'd like to.
buckwheat and what's that other
Buckwheat, some other kind of.
one that's called something wheat, isn't it? No.
What was it? That's going to
Some
be
other
frustrating.
grain.
Bulgur wheat.
That's it. Yes. Yeah, we came on early.
Oh yeah,
That never happens.
we're actually ahead of time. Richard Benham's in the house. He's been enjoying Sturridge's content. But looks apostate Bartholomew Rye. What's up? How you doing, my friend? Thanks for joining. Where in the world are you? Richard's here. Hey people, hope everyone is doing well today. We hope you're doing well also. Vegemite Codbod, Hungry Greek Mexican, Carly S, Blake Anthony, Peachy Keen, Profitam. Have you ever tried the new almond macaroon naked bars? They're insane. I haven't. No. They got bought out, didn't they, by Nestle or someone? And they used to have totally natural ingredients, and now they say like natural flavourings, which isn't necessarily all that natural. Not saying that they can't be good potentially, and no doubt we will give them a try. Family Freedom's here.
Ah, hey. How you guys doing?
We're not worthy. We're not worth. Do subscribe to Family Freedom. They're an excellent British vlogging family of lovely souls. How are you guys?
Souls.
They are such lovely souls.
I miss those guys.
Yeah. Have you got your tickets for the camp out, guys?
Yeah, are you going?
That's what I want to know.
I haven't got ours yet, but soon we will.
We will get some when we can afford them. Ang Harad is here. Do subscribe to Ang Harad as well. She's blinking lovely, and all the lovely ones are here. Purple People Up's trying to come up with a new name for my channel.
Ah, what's your channel going to be about?
Yeah, tell us all about it. I don't think I even knew you had a channel. How do I go to channel? Do it in another window. I'm going to just be a bit sneaky beaky.
Yeah, be nosy.
I'm interested. It's a little cartoon.
Ah, you're featured on there.
Oh, awesome channels.
That's very kind.
That's me, that is. Oh, I'm in good company as well. Earthling Ed and Joey and...
What's your website? What are you up to? What do you do?
What are you doing on? About? Let's find out about them.
We're none the wiser.
We're none the wiser, but it looks like a lovely graphics.
Oh, hasn't made anything yet.
That'll explain that then.
What will you be making? What kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Tell us.
Apostate Bartholomew. Yeah, I'm very good, thank you, my friend. Yeah, very good. What have you been up to?
We've been very busy today, doing some reels, haven't we?
Reels for the gram.
About 8
It's all about that short form video content these days.
Yep, and we're working on a new cookbook, Whole Foods in a Hurry, and a video course. So
we're so busy.
So many things. Yeah.
Hungry Greek Mexican. No, not farro, but that is another grain that I've actually yet to try that. To give that a go. Adam, just seen on Sky News that gyms are going to be open again. Yeah, April the 14th, isn't it? I bet you're happy. Yeah, I am pretty happy. Yeah, I am pretty blinking happy. Sarah Foy's in the house. Ahoy, Sarah Foy. G. Bell. The good guys are going to be at Camp Out.
Yeah, nice.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Just lovely.
It's looking like that's going ahead, so that's very exciting. Yeah, really. I wasn't getting too excited about it yet because I thought, oh, will it go ahead? But it's sounding good, isn't it? Sounding very good. Are you having a stall? An ethics stall?
Robert Pacino's in the house. Vegan Mean Cat. I've been chatting with him today.
Well.
He's really good people. Oh yeah, subscribe to Vegan Moon Cat. Obvs. Sorry, I thought that went without saying. And also, I forgot. DJ Cat's here. Good to see you. Rubbish Powered. Carly S. What pets do we have? We have one companion animal, which is young Mr. Cowboy.
She will make an
He
appearance
is a cat.
if she feels like it.
Why are you saying she?
Why not?
You're weird. He may turn up. Hang on, let's see if we can call him. Cowboy.
Cowboy. Cowboy.
Yeah, Cowboy. No, he's dead.
Oh no, I didn't say that.
Richard, so happy things have been. He's trying to get back to Sholokan, or literally the Club of Waving Pines, which was the pen name of founder Gichin Funakoshi. I've got no idea what you're on about. What belt are you on, Richard? What belt are you on? Turd Turret. Some advice for starting a new vegan channel. I've been wanting to for a while, but something seems to be holding me back. You're worried about judgment, I bet.
Well, yeah, we can tell you loads of advice about the doing of it and the practical and some tips and things, but that's not going to help you if there's something holding you back. Like, you need to figure out what it is that's holding you back. Like, what are you scared of? Like, what would be the worst case scenario for you in that situation? Yeah, some kind of like fear. And it is like a scary thing to put yourself out there, you know. There can be some fear with that, but usually like might be some excitement as well. Like maybe you could tap into that. Sometimes like fear and excitement can feel like a similar feeling, can't they? Like in the body, like say if you're going down a roller coaster, some people can feel excited and some people can feel afraid, and you can feel like similar feelings in the body. So see if you can tap into any like excitement, or think about what you are looking to gain from it and like focus on that.
The main thing really is to get started. Start now. Your first few videos will be rubbish. Mine certainly were. Some of my recent ones aren't that great. And you learn by doing. You really learn by doing. You become desensitized to being on camera if there's something you fear. You lighting, your editing, like your sound. You know, a lot of these will be quite horrible to start with, and you sort of learn on the job. And but you have to make a start. Just press record. That's number one, and I suggest you do that ASAP. And yeah, you just learn on the job, and you'll decide. You'll find out kind of what your niche is, I suppose, or you may already know what you want to do. Well, you're saying vegan content. It's good to be quite niched down. Yeah. I think one reason that our channels kind of got stuck in recent months is the fact that I'm quite diverse in my content. So, yeah.
I didn't have my microphone on. Like some sort of tool.
Some kind of chunk. And the other thing is, watch YouTube channels that are about how to do YouTube. My faves are Nick Nimmin. Nick, Nimmin. I won't bombard you with a load of names now. Just search for Nick Nimmin, and he'll often bring on guests like Roberto Blake, Daniel Battelle. Who else is good? Brian G. Johnson. video creators Tim Schmoyer, Daryl Eves. There's a few, but they're all in the same niche. And once you find one, Nick Nimmon's probably the easiest to find. It's the easiest one to spell. Yeah, and learn from them. I'll tell you who's particularly good is Daryl Eves. Daryl Eves. It's all about like an amazing. You've got to find like videos that people are interested in. So you've got to find like a good topic. You've got to have a great title and a great thumbnail that entices people to click. Because your video can be the best video in the world. If your title and thumbnail are rubbish, people will just overlook it. They won't even click on it to know. And then once you've got people watching your video, you need to retain them for as long as possible. So, but they'll tell you how to do all of that and how to utilize analytics to kind of learn. G Bell's in the house. More volume, please.
I've done it.
I think our volume is.
Oh no, it's sliding up my microphone.
It's probably you.
I had it over there. Didn't even have it on.
Right.
So. Yeah.
Simone Nicholson with a great question. Anybody got natural remedies for hay fever other than local honey? Now, I used to have horrible hay fever. I tried the local honey thing, didn't do a damn thing for me. And I'll tell you what's cured my hay fever is being whole foods plant-based. I understand that one of the biggest triggers is dairy, but I'm guessing you're not doing that now. So failing that, the only other thing is if you've got a lot of stress, be it like emotional or physical, like if your adrenals are tired from like overstimulation, I find if I overdo things, like I can get allergies sort of creeping back. But when I'm on top of all that, I'm not doing like the caffeine and stuff, and I'm sleeping really well, it's a non-issue for me. So that's the one other thing. If your adrenals get tired, it can open you up to allergies.
One thing I'm thinking about, that's good words by the way.
Thank you.
I'm thinking about is...
I pride myself in them.
Is the state of your gut health. Because like I know that some people, when they have terrible gut issues, like going on, then they develop like intolerances to certain foods, and like they seem like their system is sensitive to like everything. Like some people get to that bad state. Not saying that's exactly where you are, but yeah, it's one good reason to eat a whole foods plant-based diet and consider like how is the state of your gut health, like, you know, how are your bowel movements, like do you have any dysbiosis or like issues?
Yeah, that's really the linchpin of good overall health is your gut health. A couple of good books, the Plant-Based Diet Revolution by Dr. Alan Desmond, Dr. Will Bulsevic's Fiber Fueled. Very good books. Purple Piplup. Haven't thought much about what I want to make yet, but I want to make a vegan YouTube channel. Nice. I've got a few rough ideas that I'll whack on. Very good. Vegan Mincat Nick is great stuff. Yeah, he's awesome, isn't he? He's really good. Bibby Bobby, got my vaccination tomorrow. Pretty excited but nervous about nausea, vomiting because I have a fear of vomiting. I'll be glad once I've got through it though.
Oh, bless you.
Okay.
Is that a typical side effect? I mean, I haven't heard of that, but I haven't heard a lot about vaccines at all. So, you know, what do I know? Yeah, I don't know what to say about that.
Race leavers here. And I got one thing right. Just do it. There you got pretty much everything else wrong. Yeah, that's true. I've got a meeting on Friday with Michael Doughty. He's an ex-pro soccer player, and he started a company called Hylo, Hylo. One of his team are ex-Nike, and he's got there's three of them basically, and they you know, the guy who worked at Nike said like awesome products, but I can't work for these people. Like they're just wrong. Like that you can't keep doing this to the planet and to people. And so they want to kind of take on Nike. I think like really quality running shoes. They sent me a pair. They're so light and breathable, and they're made from corn fiber, like really sustainable trainers, like really amazing. Yeah, I'm hoping to. I'm going to help them out, and I hope they do great things because somebody needs to take down Nike. That's for damn sure, Race Lever. Cherie's in the house. Lovely to see you. I'll give her your compliment in a minute. Peter Brown's here. Chat's jumped. G Bell, what we smashing in the kitchen this week, guys? Whole plant foods in general, really. We had a Buddha bowl today. That was very good. Oh, I'll tell you what we have been eating at a couple of days running is a chickpea tuna mayo in
Love that.
baked potatoes.
Yeah, one of my favourites. I'm just literally right now making seitan. I made 3 batches of it, sort of batch cooked it. But I turned my phone off. Oh God. I turned my phone off and my alarm's not gone off, so it's quite hard now. But I think it's okay.
Oh God.
Oh God, indeed. Oh, and thank you, Shui, for the compliment. I had already read that. It was very
coral
kind of you. And hello, nice to see you.
Hello.
Hello. Is that how I said it?
Kids Genius, what is your daily target for protein intake? 200 grams. 200 grams. Formerly as an omnivorous eater, I thought the more the better. I aimed for 500 grams. I didn't even count plant protein because I was an idiot. And don't have half the protein. And I gain like just as well, diet just as easily. It's all nonsense. G Bell's loving your hair.
Oh, thanks. It's really faded. I need to dye it again. But it's like my own hair colours like really come through like this far. So I need to ideally bleach that and then do the whole thing purple again. But I'm scared to bleach that much of my hair. I think I should go to a hairdresser. But they're open again soon, so maybe I'll do that.
John Sedina, any knowledge to share about smokable herbs as remedies? No. I don't really like the idea of breathing in fumes with some fire going on. Imagine there's some negatives to be had there with smoke like going in your throat and stuff and lungs, but I don't know. I'm no expert. Why is that jumped again? Cherie, Mr. Mooncat and I have just booked for vegan camp out. Nice. I want to camp, but Mooncat isn't convinced. What are your thoughts, guys?
I'm
with Mark.
I'm a bit torn because camping's like kind of fun and you get to be in the thick of things, and then you don't have to pay for the camp out tickets and then an additional Airbnb fee like on top. So it depends on your funds as well. But yeah, my experience of the camp out, I absolutely love it. But there's often a queue for the toilets, especially the ladies. And I found that if I got up in the middle of the night to needing the loo, there's often a lot of maybe drunk people, or even if they're not drunk, just queuing to wait for the loo. And you've got a queue and you're just woken up and you're really tired, you want to go back to bed. That wasn't enjoyable, but I did think if we camp again, let's camp near a secluded area with a bush, or I'll just pee behind the tent, like I don't care. But last time I get really, really cold. I don't know. I think it's to do with my thyroid. I can't warm up sometimes, so the evening would like kick in, and then I'm freezing. So I get in the tent in the bed. I'm trying to warm up, and I can't all night. I don't sleep very well. And last year our zip broke on our tent, didn't it? So we couldn't do our zip up on the tent. So it was so damn cold. And
it was a nightmare.
I said never again. Oh, that's 2 years ago. Last year we stayed in an Airbnb, and it was really luxurious.
There was no camp out last year.
Oh, was it the year before? Wow. Oh yeah, of course. So you decide, but I guess there's like pros and cons.
Ben Vanson, how long are your workouts? They vary. They can be as little as 20 minutes when I do my cardio, well, my hard cardio, my interval training. I basically do kind of 10, 15 minute little circuit just by way of a warm up on my bicycle. And then I do 6 sets of sprints. I think they're about 25 seconds long up a hill. And then I come slowly like down and round and then sprint up again. Probably like 25 seconds work, 50 seconds like rest. So that don't take long at all, but that really like wipes me out. That's really hard. Then another time I might just do a long bike ride and I might go for like an hour or so. We'll sometimes walk for an hour and a half. Well, not usually, but we did the other day. And then weights, at the minute I'm doing about 30 to 45 minutes. I've not really timed it. But I'm just stimulating rather than annihilating because I'm dieting, so I'm not actually training all that hard in terms of weight. On a bulk, I might do 5 like hour and a half sessions up to, but it depends on the protocol. You know, again with the weights, I have trained like more high intensity way, and then there's been more like 45 minutes. Try to achieve balance in terms of intensity and duration, basically. That was a good question. Plant-based powered ordered becoming vegan. Very good. I hope you enjoy that. Nikki Filia's in the house. The classic Jaguar. I think you've mentioned in one of your videos that olive oil is not healthy. Why? Well, healthy and unhealthy, like there's not much that's really black and white. And I'd say like healthy or not healthy compared to what, really? And I think if you ate a whole foods plant-based diet and you had a couple of tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, like, and you weren't like frying stuff, like, would it clinically make much of a difference versus a whole foods plant-based diet? The fact is we don't know because no one's tested it. All I can say is it's probably not as healthy as eating completely whole plant foods. But oils, you know, they, even the healthiest, you know, plant oils, that they produce some degree of trans fats in storage. Trans fats are really horrible for us. There's so much obesity in the world, there's so much depression, and most oils, you know, oils are the most calorically dense thing you can eat. They don't fill you up. They tend to be very high in omega-6 and low in omega-3. Any omega-3, by the way, is killed by the heating process. And so that inflammation leads to a lot of depression. It's low in nutrients. It will have like a couple of fat-soluble nutrients, maybe a bit of vitamin E, maybe some phyto, what am I trying to say? What's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, like phytochemicals. I forgot the exact word. Polyphenols. Polyphenols. Have a little bit, but not as much as like a whole olive or like other like fruits and vegetables. Can paralyze the epithelium, the endothelium. It oxidizes it. It creates oxygen-free radicals when you heat it. The high heat produced from it turns, you know, creates a lot of acrylamides in starchy foods, creates advanced, which there is less data now. It's looking less damning that acrylamides might be a potential carcinogen. It is looking less and less damning.
Thank God.
I
like chips too much.
Yeah, because we do like to eat some air fryer chips with no oil.
Yeah.
But advanced glycation end products, when you superheat like fats and proteins, they're horrible. They're a gerontotoxin. They accelerate the aging process for every tissue of the body. So I'm not saying point blank like they're unhealthy and you'll die if you have like a teaspoon a day or something. But what I will say is it's probably, we don't really have the data, but we can infer that it's likely not as healthy as what you're displacing, you know, if you ate some whole foods rather than some oil, you know. Over the years, you know, that might add up. But we're just not seeing, where we've gone wrong is we're not seeing whole foods plant-based versus whole foods plant-based and a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. Like, no one's going to do that, science. It's too expensive and no one's going to make any money out of it. So we can only infer.
What I'll say is, like, if I have to clean up, well, I've done it for a lot of years, but when you have to clean up a pan of something you've cooked, you know, and there's been oil, say like you've baked something in the oven and it had some oil, or remember when you used to have cheese in it, and think about how greasy and thick it is, and it goes all on your sponge, and you have to get loads of washing up liquid to get it off and get it off the pan. Like, it's doing that in your insides, like oil and cheese and all those greasy things. Like,
it's greasing you up.
Isn't it all greasing you up inside? And like, that doesn't feel good.
Good advice, Lever. Emil, have you heard of Pangaea clothing? No, that reminds me of Patagonia clothing. They're meant to be pretty good. Tell me about Pangaea clothing. That sounds all right. Sarah, Mira and I have my non-vegan family home and I have a non-vegan boyfriend, but when I move out, I don't want any animal products in my house. What's the best way to go about bringing this up? Just tell him. Just tell him if you smell like animals, I'm not going to snog you or anything else. I don't want dead animal secretions in my mouth.
I guess what I think is tell them about why it's important to you, and also like about the pain that it causes you. I think it's important that people understand why something causes you pain or discomfort. You know, like what's painful about it to you. Like explain it to him. Tell him how it makes you feel, and try to avoid adding judgments. You know, to what you're saying. So you're not judging him. You're saying why it's important to you and how you feel and what your experience is. And ask, you know, and put it across maybe like, this is my issue, like this is how I feel. Can you help me with this? Make it about like, you want him to help you. Like, can we come up with something here? Can we figure something out? Or can you help me with this because it's really important to me? You know, that's the kind of things I'd maybe say.
Yeah, I would probably talk in terms of, you know, when I see a bit of when I see meat, I don't see a product, I don't see meat, I see a piece of a dead animal, and it reminds me of, you know, I get flashing images of what that animal went through on the kill floor, you know, and their fear, and it just makes me sad and, like, you know, just unhappy, and I don't ideally want to have to face that every day.
Yes, yeah, that's a good idea. Like saying that every day that, you know, you'll see it and this is how you'll feel. Yes. And I think relating to him in any way that you can, I think could be really great. So whatever he comes back with, that's his perspective of why it would be hard for him, or whatever you could, or why he doesn't get it in whatever way he phrases that, maybe you could relate to and say, oh yeah, I remember a time when I saw it like that, or I didn't used to care in this way that I did, and kind of relate to him where he's at, and say that you were there at some point. And then don't follow it with but. We learned this on a TED Car live stream, didn't we? That was really great. He said, you know, anything you say before but, like, you know, you've just ruined it. so say like, you know, yeah, I used to see it in that way, and I get where you're coming from, or like whatever, or something like that. And what I've learned since is blah, blah, blah. Like, maybe you could use some language like that, perhaps.
DJ Cat kindly donated $5.60. Shark did shark did shark. No, I've not gone mental. Anything 64 is the shark activation code, as DJ Cat well knows. What does a shark think of Seaspiracy? What do you think of Seaspiracy? You like it? 100 million sharks are slaughtered each year. Damn straight, he's a big fan.
It's number 1 on Netflix in the most viewed.
In the UK, yeah.
The most viewed shows on Netflix.
Yeah.
Is it? Number 1.
We're number 1. Woo!
That is insane. That is so good. So happy about that.
And thank you so much for supporting your local neighbourhood vegan YouTubers.
Very kind.
Right. I'll go back a little ways. I won't go back all the way though. So if I miss your comment or question, do pop it back in the chat. But I like to try and keep fairly up to date with the chat, because I know that can get boring if you're watching. If not, Nikki, what is good daily calories for someone trying to lose weight? You want to be, or should I not focus on calories and then some measurement? So yeah, you do want to focus on calories, and you just want to be in enough of a deficit that you lose no more than 1% of your total body weight each week. So that's going to vary by person. So what you want to do is find a TDEE calculator, TDEE calculator, online. Just type it into your browser. So that works out your total daily energy expenditure. It's like a best guess. And it works off of your height, your weight, your sex, all that kind of thing. So you plug all that in. It'll then ask you like how active you are, and it'll put on a modifier for your activity levels. And then it'll blur out like a random number, which it thinks are likely how many calories you need to maintain your body weight. And then you take off, I don't know, 200, 300, 400, 500 calories. It all depends. You basically want to weigh in weekly and titrate your calories based off of how quickly your weight's coming off. As I say, you don't want to go more than 1% of your total body weight each week, because you will burn lean tissue off and you'll end up skinny fat with a damaged metabolism. You know, don't be in a rush is really what I'm saying. You want to shoot for maybe, if you're into some weight training, which I'd suggest you do, because that really helps for body composition. I mean, you're not going to get awfully sort of massive if you're in a deficit anyway. So you want nearer 2 grams of protein per kilo of fairly lean body weight per day, basically. Yeah, and that should be good.
You can use an app called Chronometer to track your calories, and I don't know how, if you're very used to tracking calories, and you know, at first it can feel like a real pain in the behind, but you very quickly get used to roughly how many calories in things. You think, oh, banana's about 100 calories. Like you just get used to it, so you don't have to so much like track it, or you know, you kind of know what you're doing kind of a bit more. And a lot of us tend to eat in a very similar way, like, oh yeah, my breakfast is 500 calories usually, or whatever. You just get into the sort of swing of it, don't you?
Whatever, man. Yes, you do. You little Tinkers activist is here. Oh, I said him already, didn't I? Did I?
You did.
It was yeah, he was in here, wasn't he?
You said we're going to see him in a week
Hi
or
again.
two.
Yeah, that's right, I did.
Yeah.
Arthur Tango's in the house. Bruce's God is...
Oh, we've had a super chat.
Oh, let me just finish this.
Sorry.
I've started, so I'll finish. Bruce's God, is coconut milk once a week healthy? So, yeah, coconut products, like refined ones, do have some loose, long and very long chain triglycerides not attached to fibre. They're worse than, well, coconut oil is worse than beef fat for raising serum LDL, which is the only critical risk factor for heart disease. So, is it So I'm guessing you know that it's not a healthful product. So you're saying, oh, can I have it once a week though? I mean, how much? And what I will say is, if you can keep your serum LDL to no more than 70 milligrams, probably you'll get away with it. But how do you know? It's not something that I would consume. It's not something I like living too much to risk getting that wrong. Good question.
There's been 2 super chats.
2 super chats. Lolly V very generously donated £4.99. Thanks for everything you do. No question. No question. She's just supporting her local neighbourhood vegan YouTubers out of the kindness of her heart. What a wonderful, wonderful lady. Thank you so much.
Very kind.
That's really nice. TikTok behind a camera, Oh, Tic Tac. Did he take his Tic Tacs at me? He kindly donated $1.99. Vegan gains is annoying and denies the reversal of heart disease. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to make of it all. I mean, I'm not a doctor, so I've not really looked into this heavily. So of course, a lot of the plant-based doctors are saying that you can reverse specifically atherosclerosis. So you know, you've got that hard, like the Greek means like hardened gruel. You got like something that's like furring up your arteries. And for the longest time, like Esselstyn Ornish was saying, you can like reverse that. Some like newer doctors are saying no, you can't, and it is sort of trick photography, or you're dilating the blood vessels. Like it's because you got more like nitric oxide production. Well, I can't understand how the nitric oxide would get through the atherosclerosis, because it comes from the endothelium. But anyway, it seems that it has been brought into question. I'm a bit unsure. I'm a bit unsure what to think. I would really like it if like these new doctors and these older doctors could sit down, talk it through. One gives their perspective, the other can counter, back and forth until they just talk it out like normally, like normal people. But the trouble with some of these newer faces is that they want to do it in public, and they're like trained debaters. So I think if you're really good at debating, you can probably win the debate even though you're wrong. You know, and I think while they've been learning, like they've been at debate school, like these doctors have been in the field for decades, actually saving people's like health, like, you know, people with terrible heart health. And I just think it's a shame. I feel like some of these people possibly are trying to make a name for themselves, but they're like hurting the movement. Like, yeah, so I wish they hadn't done it in that way. I think I'm just unsure what to make of it all. I'm just a bit unsure. You know, they're still saying point blank that it is definitely like reversal, which specifically means that the atherosclerosis is being like burned away somehow. Yeah, but I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. I would like to think that Ornish is right, and I'm sure like some of these people who are anti Ornish, like they're being really cruel and saying, no, he's you know, he's a liar, and like, you know, he's doing it on purpose. And I think no, he's not. He's a lovely man, and he's trying to save people's bloody lives. And it just strikes me that they're trying to get a name for themselves. So I don't like it. But yeah, at the end of the day, I'm no doctor, and how do I know? I haven't got a bloody clue. I just know what people say. So yeah, I just hope they talk it all through in a polite, like grown-up fashion, and hash out the, you know, the truth of it. But whatever happens, it at least seems like reversal. The symptoms are reversed, you know, and people are not having further, you know, heart attacks and strokes and things. So it don't really matter, but it is just good to know the facts for sure. But you know, we kind of need to be on the same page, because as I say, I'm not a research scientist, I'm not a doctor, so I can't like decipher. Whoever basically, you can listen to one person on a topic and they can be so erudite and speak with such certitude that you'll believe everything that comes out of their mouth. Then another expert can say, oh no, he's actually wrong because this, and this. And they can sound equally believable. And then you think, well, basically the last person I listen to will sound like the most believable. And do you know what I mean? It's, what do you guys all make of it? What do you all make of it? I'll be honest, I have fallen out with a few people over it because of the way they were like arrogant, like talking about it. It really peed me off as well. Now, I felt like they were already pretty arrogant, but their arrogancy turned into obnoxiousness for me, and I'm just done with them. Hench Herbivore, I like that. Oh, super chat. Just another ginger kid kindly donated $5 US. Thank you so much. I'm trying to burn fat. How many grams of fat should I aim for daily? Again, it's very individual. It's very individual. I mostly take walnuts, chia, flax, hemp nuts, and peanut, sunflower butter. For fat burning, it's much easier to lose weight on a lower fat diet, like higher carb, lower fat. So how much do you need? I'd say maybe like 30 grams a day. Like for most people, that's going to be more than enough for your hormonal production and things. I would shoot for about 30 grams. And again, just make sure that you're in enough of a caloric deficit that you're losing up to 1% of your body fat each week and no more. So lots of low calorie fruits and vegetables to bulk yourself out so you don't get hungry. A good amount of legumes, a good amount of whole grains, just the little nuts and seeds. I'm currently, I mean, my caloric needs are pretty big, even when I'm on a diet. So I'm doing 2 tablespoons of ground chia, 1 tablespoon of ground flax, and on average, I have a Brazil nut, a tablespoon or 2 of sunflower seeds. Maybe if I just have 1 sunflower seed, I'll have a tablespoon of, today was hemp hearts, like it might be some nuts or pumpkin seeds. Yeah, that's how I do it. Great question, and thank you for the super chats.
DJ Cat is saying, I think my super chat got lost in the chat/noise, but all I could see is the one back here that we did speak of.
Yeah, we did the shark one, DJ Cat. He said that that there's 100 million sharks are killed each year, and he needs that information to get out. So he was very pleased. Yeah. He was very pleased.
Thank you ever so much.
Was that the super chat?
Was that the one?
Dragon Fist. Will the human race starve to death or suffocate to death first by the year 2050? That could be a false dichotomy. I don't know what's going to happen by the year 2050. Yeah, I don't know how to answer that. Could be a false dichotomy. Carl Baum. All I know is I have 99% eliminated my angina after refusing to get 3 stents again like essence for the last 3 years. Nice. I feel better than I felt in decades. This is it. Like, regardless of whether or not it does somehow like burn away atherosclerosis, people get better. Like, they feel better. They don't have a further event, and they get healthy. So I've spoken to loads of people. You know, I've interviewed a few who one guy had a 90% blockage of his widowmaker artery. You know, and he's Ken Lander, that guy in Costa Rica, that coffee farmer, and he's thriving. So, yeah, either way, you can't poo-poo it. You really, really can't. And that man is amazing, isn't he? I love those plant-based doctors.
I've just noticed that you called the stream "Knowing Your Vegan Couple Ask Us Anything." Not that. I didn't see that.
Hungry Greek Mexican is suspicious. 6-string Slayer guitar man. My 4-year vegan anniversary is April 26th. I'm trying to switch to mostly whole foods, plant-based. Nice.
Very good.
Do it. I challenge you to do 3 weeks. I challenge you to do 3 weeks and see how you feel. Just putting that out there. Go Vegan Jackson. I'd rather take the word of doctors who have decades of high experience, not a couple of new upstarts. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. I'm sort of worried that it's wishful thinking though, because I want it to be true. But yeah, you'd think they ought to have the knowledge, don't you? Yvonne is here from Sweden. Smash that like button. Thank you, lovely. How's the vegan scene there in Sweden, Yvonne? Gym Life, any advice for gallbladder polyps? No, I don't. That's kind of just sort of a benign growth, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know what that's all about, really.
You might like to check out Leo Venus. He does live streams. He's a doctor. Maybe he'd be a better person.
He might have more of an idea.
He's a plant-based doctor.
Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't help you with that one. You're welcome. Just another. Amreen Taj 2017. Taj is in the house. How you doing, my friend? Where in the world are you calling in from? Not that you're calling in. Plant-based power. Does hemp hearts have CBD oil in them? Yeah, that's a good question, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know. It is from the same plant as hemp, whereas THC is from the hemp plant and the cannabis plant are slightly different, aren't they? Marijuana, I should say. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, but I think it would just be very trace amounts, would be my guess. David Charles, I have to go for a colonoscopy and must eat 4-day low residue diet. Eat 3-day low residue diet. Cannot have fruit and veg. Can have white rice, plain pasta, potatoes, bread. Any suggestions? Hospital info not great. No, not really. I guess you just got to do what they're saying for that. And peppermint. You want to ingest a load of peppermint tea or something just before you go in, and peppermint relaxes the colon. If you chop someone's colon up and put it on the table, it will spasm like it's alive for ages. It will spasm. If you drip peppermint extract on it, it relaxes it. Fact of the day. Not that I've done that to anyone.
Not for a while anyway. Kenneth is asked a couple of times, hey guys, the links to support you don't work in my region, Jersey. Is there another way to support you? Also, who are your vegan heroes?
What do you mean links to support us? Do you mean the channel joining,
like
or
super chats or
super chats, or
yeah, what do you mean?
what do you mean? Who are your vegan heroes? I'm a big fan of all the vegan doctors. I suppose if I had to name one, I'd probably say Dr. Gregor, because he just puts out all that info for people to sort of digest. Me being one, I've learned so much from him. Cowboy, have you got a vegan hero apart from me?
You obviously. I just think so many people, they're working so hard. You know, like all the plant-based doctors, like Dr. Gregor, he's just constantly at it, researching, making videos, you know. Some of these doctors and people like Jake Armstrong and like some of these people, they dedicated their lives to veganism, you know, to spreading the message. So, yeah, they just work so tirelessly at it, and that's just really very admirable.
Ali and Lucy Tabrizi, like, you know, worked for 3 years solid on Seaspiracy, like.
Yes.
It was pretty damn awesome, isn't it?
Yes.
Toby Gosling's in the house. Good to see you, my friend.
Cowboy.
Hayley Kimber, how to get all nutrients for children if they are 70% vegan, don't eat all the range of veggie supplements. So, yeah, for young children, like, it's probably good to give them a supplement. But you know, you can get the majority of stuff as a vegan. There's no need to eat animal products, certainly, and they do cause harm. Like a baby in the womb can have the starts of like the fatty streaks, which lead to fatty lesions, which lead to atherosclerosis in their aorta, based on how much animal products that the mum eats. So I really don't see that as a helpful thing, But yeah, you don't really need to eat the range of vegetables. You just need to eat some vegetables. Yeah, I mean, there ought to be some that are good. Some kind of like dark leafies. Dark leaves is the main thing. And then some either red, yellow or orange fruits or vegetables for the carotenoids. But yeah, it's not really much of an issue, to be honest, as long as they're eating some veggies. And I would say for children, they need a higher percentage of fat in the diet too, because their stomach's so much smaller. They need to get the calories in. So nuts, seeds, avocado, whole nut and seed butters. These are the healthier choices. But yeah, any animal products. It's just by age 10, most omnivorous children have got heart disease. They've got atherosclerosis, you know, like filling their arteries up. It takes decades to present, but like I say, it actually starts in the womb, we now know. It's the main reason people die in the West. 3/4 of the reason that people die generally is down to what they eat. It's like animal products and processed junk, and then what they don't eat, you know, adequate fruits, veg, nuts, seeds, herbs, spices, legumes, whole grains. Yeah, and it's unnecessary.
I just had a thought. It is the members only stream on Wednesday. So I just thought to remind you all. So if anyone's a channel member or a Patreon, thank you. And yeah, it's the members only stream. So the link to the stream will be posted on the community tab on YouTube or on Patreon, like on the day. So you just go to the link at 6 o'clock, same time. You can come on and hang out with us. And I think we might do, so we'll do a hangout, intimate hangout like we always do, maybe a meditation. I think sometime we should maybe do a live cooking in the members only stream, perhaps. Yeah. What was I going to say? Yeah, DJ Cat was saying everyone on the Patreon or channel membership should jump onto Discord because it's just starting to get to a nice level of activity. It is. So we've got a Discord server as well, if you remember, and we have a chat on there most days. And
that's right nice.
There's quite a few people coming on there now, which is really nice.
Yeah,
like
it's really
sharing
nice.
pictures of themselves and that kind of thing. Yes, you can be a channel member from $4.99 or a Patreon from $1.
Good words. Right, where was I? Why is this jumped like crazy? Oh, and Kirk was saying the super chat's not working for him, so that's odd. Yeah, it should work. It's working for everyone else, isn't it? Has anyone else had a problem today? Oh, here we go. Iridescent 04's in the house. Leo Venus made a video on his channel a while ago that he quit YouTube. Something about the danger of social media addiction is the reason. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. What's all that noise? Timmy Thistle. I messed up my right brachioradialis and can't perform pull-ups properly. Any advice? Hit my lats. Anything for lats is going to kind of bring that in, isn't it? Apart from maybe like straight arm press downs, but I would just work to get that right, really. That's, yeah. I would work with a physiotherapist, preferably one with a background in PT, or a PT with a background in physiotherapy. That would really fit the bill. Super chat, Half Greek, kindly donated $5 Works for me. No question. He's got no questions. Just supporting their local neighbourhood vegan YouTubers. That's the kind of stuff.
Very kind.
There's a very cute dog there as well.
Oh, he's good.
A cute little dog. Thank you, my friend. That's really generous. Really appreciate you. Right. I'll just go back a little ways. If I miss your comment or question, do pop it back in the chat. Vegan Mooncat, Paul is always stealing my internal organs for his experiments. This is true. Timmy Thistle, is Durian Rider the vegan OG? You know, I suppose he did do quite a lot of good back in the day, but he's so blinking toxic and wants you to eat sugar, so I think he does more harm than good, I'm sad to say.
He's looking at it like, you know, oh, sugar doesn't give you diabetes, but he's not taking into consideration all the other ways in which it's bad. He's just looking at it in one way.
Like it's the worst thing for promoting Alzheimer's disease.
Yeah, I think a lot of us probably wanted it to be true, that sugar's okay, you know, and let's have some maple syrup, you know, because we think life would be easier and tastier in some ways with those things. But no, it's not good stuff.
The Wood Smoky is in the house, hexproof anarchist. Timmy Thistle, how does Dune Rider have such good blood work while consuming so much sugar? Because he's not got any, like hardly anything in the way of fats in his diet, certainly no saturates or cholesterol. But yeah, it's not all about just your blood work.
And what is the blood work for? What's it showing? Maybe the things it's showing are okay, but there's probably not. Is there a blood test for, say, like, you know, dementia and Alzheimer's? Like, yeah, so that's something, I suppose.
Thanks, Jake. Half Greek, do you mostly plan your meals with primarily the foods that are in season? It's hard to know what truly is in season these days. No, I'm sorry to say we do have a quite large amount of sort of exotic fruits and stuff, which isn't the best for the environment. However, if a meat eater wants to have a go at you for that, well, they should know that what they do, what you actually, the types of food you eat is 10 times more damaging to the environment in terms of eating animals versus plants, so they can shut up.
And also the biggest diverse range of whole plant foods you eat, the better your health.
Your health, yeah. Jake, what's the Discord? So the Discord is for channel members and Patreons only. So you can become a channel member from £4.99 a month, a Patreon from $1 a month. And then you get the link and you're away.
There's a link in the description below for Patreon, and just below where you would thumb up the stream, there's a button that says join for joining on here. It's not on Android phones though, I think. The join button, that is.
iPhone, isn't it? That's not on.
iPhone, yeah. Oh, I think there's... Oh, I thought there was a super chat. Oh, no, you've read that one, sorry.
Mooncat, Microsoft purchased Discord recently. Let's see how they mess it up. Oh, God. Jimmy Thistle, how did Durian Rider get and stay so lean while smashing in the sugar? By exercising furiously for hours on end. Matt's enjoying our shorts on the gram, the odd reels. Thank you very much.
They're very fun to do.
Peter Brown saying Super Chat doesn't work in Guernsey either. How frustrating.
That's weird.
That is really annoying. So there's the YouTube Super Chat. There's also Streamlabs one with a link in the description. So that might do it potentially.
And Streamlabs don't take 30% like YouTube do. So that's why we've also got that set up as an option.
There's a question for Gemma from Hayley Kimber. Gemma, do you have a channel / content on being female and vegan and exercise as such?
No, I did have a channel a few years ago with a few videos, but I took those down when I was studying to be a counsellor. And you can see I've got like 800 or 900 subs, I think, on my channel, you know, here where I'm logged in. But yeah, I don't do anything with it. I have got what's it called? Instagram account, and I just share I share some food related things and some stuff about mental health and just like my journey and how I'm doing, a bit of authenticity on there. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing with that really, or what I'm doing in life. I'm just helping out with the main channel and seeing where that goes. And yeah, now and again I think about starting something up of my own, and I think, nah, I don't think I want to, or will I have the time? And I don't know, so I don't know what I'm doing.
Thanks, Race Lever. Dragon Fist, can you delegate a right that you yourself do not have it? Not when. Where does the government get the right to rule anyone? I don't know exactly what you're saying there, but I like the general gist of it. Did you follow that?
No.
No, not quite following, but I like the gist. I like the gist. I don't really, do you know what I mean? I don't know if this is what you're saying, but like I didn't ask the government to rule me, and you know, a lot of their laws are not ethical. So yeah, I don't really, I'm not really down with a lot of it.
It's quite bad that we get born into the world and you never get, it's not like you get a book with like all the laws and rules. Like, how do you know what some of them are? Well, I guess you sort of know. A lot of them is just about decency, but I mean, like, you know, you never have to sign a contract one day to say, oh yes, I agree with this, you know. This is, I want you to rule me, and this is how I want to live my life. Yeah, it's a funny thing. But then on the other hand, like we need some kind of structure and order, and it's nice to think that there's some kind of security in the system. But then also, like, they, you know, have their own agendas sometimes, don't they? Oh, it's confusing. How could it be better? I do not know.
David Charles, if some old lady from the supermarket who asked you to pass eggs, asked you to pass her something else that you weren't 100% sure about, what would you say then? Would you ask her to wait while you check it? Yes.
I would take it down, look at it. Oh no, I'm not passing you that.
No, that's got animal products.
Not for you.
I shan't be involved in the murder cycle.
Yeah, that's a funny one. Oh, should we say 5 more minutes?
Yeah, 5 more minutes, guys. 5 more minutes. Keep comments, questions. Ikios X, can you provide a study that shows oil saturated fats like olive, etc. is bad? Just curious to read it. You certainly get a lot of studies showing that saturated fats are dangerous. Just look on PubMed. Olive oil, probably not so much. What I will say, we were talking about this earlier about these new brand of plant-based doctors who say now oil is healthy. And what I will say is, can they provide me with a study showing whole foods plant-based versus whole foods plant-based plus olive oil, you know, which one outperforms the other? And the science just hasn't been done, basically. So I think we can infer that oil is not as nutritious as whole plant foods, does have negative elements, and yeah, I mean there may be like a minimum you can get away with, and maybe it doesn't hurt you like clinically, but who knows? And why risk it? That's my perspective anyway. Each to their own. Richard, thanks for the recommendation on beetroot juice the other day. Tried it for the last couple of workouts and really noticed improvement. Sweet, yes, great stuff. I love it. Purple Piplup, can't see the link for Discord. So you have to be like are you a Patreon, Purple Piplup? Is that what you were saying a minute ago?
It would be on Patreon, wouldn't it?
Yeah, let me.
I think Paul posts it every now and again, like the link.
Yeah,
so you might have to just look back a little way.
I will straight after this Purple Piplup. I will do a post on Patreon sharing the link for you.
Yeah, please join and come and hang out.
I think that she's already joined. Super
I mean
chat.
the Discord.
All right. DJ Cat kindly donated $10.60. Shocked it diddly diddly, shocked it diddly 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 diddly. Shock. 4. Do you know if Donkey Kong is vegan? I think Donkey Kong is a fictional character, I'm sorry to say. I might have it wrong. Don't shoot the messenger. I have no evidence to say he's not, other than the DKC2 banana milkshake. That's why the milk, probably coconut milk. Yeah. Probably. Although he's quite aggressive, isn't he, with his old barrels and that.
You're obsessed with Donkey Kong. You're obsessed with him. You were talking about him on the Discord server.
Yeah.
You're obsessed with him. Thank you for the super chat. That's very kind. Really kind.
Super chat. I'll just quickly speak to this. Ikios X, but there is a difference between animal saturated fat, plant saturated fat. Well, there's a difference in the quantities, but some of the types are exactly the same. In coconut oil, you get the long and very long chain triglycerides, the same ones that are in animal products that are in butter. There's more in butter, there's less in beef, but it's in there, and it raises your serum LDL. There's like palmitic acid in olive oil, which is in steak. You know, they're in different quantities, but the actual fats themselves, chemically, are the same structures. Sadly, I wish it wasn't the case.
Dwayne is saying we need an apple pie video. We did that, didn't we?
Yeah, we've done an apple pie video.
We've done a recipe. Look on the channel for apple pie.
Yeah, we've done a healthy one.
Yeah, we've done one. It's from the desserts cookbook. Over there, it's half price, and the other cookbook's half price. currently. Also,
Link in the description. Give us your money. Do follow us on the gram, being that's going over our heads right now. Thanks, moderators, for keeping us troll free. Thanks for the very generous amount of super chats this evening, keeping the beans on our toast.
the walls from the door.
And the camera's rolling. If you're new here, we'd love you to become part of the Hench Herbivore community. You can do that by hitting the subscribe button, clicking the bell icon. We're back. When are we back, mate?
Wednesday for channel members and Patreons for the members only stream.
Yes.
But Friday for everyone else. Yes.
And we have got an 11th hour super chat by the lovely Brooklyn. Very cute avatar there at $4.99. Thank you very much. Love your bunches and everything you'll do. Greetings from Atlanta. Thanks for, Oh, it's nice to meet you in Atlanta there. I heard maca works well as an appetite stimulant. Is this true? Do I have maca? Yeah, I do, don't I? Yeah, I have maca every morning in my protein shake. I've not noticed, is what I will say. I've not noticed.
It's an adaptogen, so it's good for balancing hormone levels.
I feel like it gives me a bit of energy. Yeah, but I can't say I've noticed it as anything much as an appetite stimulant, really. No, sorry to say. Thank you so much for your generous super chat supporting what we're doing. That's so kind. We really appreciate you, my lovely. Right, sorry I didn't have anything good to say about maca there being a stimulant for the appetite. Have we done it?
Yeah.
Right, we've got to go and do a walk now, burn a few more layers of fat off. So
how many layers have we got, man?
We got all kinds. So Patreons, channel members, we'll see you Wednesday, 6 p.m. And the rest of you, we hope to see you Friday, 6 p.m. Set a reminder on your phone because YouTube's rubbish and they won't remind you. Anything to add, mate?
No.
Okay, then it's good night from me.
Good night from me.
Good night.